One young gentleman asked last time, one of our students in our Bible discussion session, asked that why is that some people suffer in life, and why are some people rich and some people broke? It looks like a childish question, but it's a very important question, and it is the case that some people, even believers who should walk in comfort, who should walk in peace, are not enjoying this thing. Bible said the kingdom of God is not in food we eat, in drink, but it is righteousness, peace, joy in the Holy Spirit. So if there's no peace, there's no joy. The righteousness is the gift of God, it's free. If you are not enjoying that and living right, you don't have peace, you don't have joy, something is missing. And you see, human beings, human life is such that if you don't have money or resources, in quote, let me say wealth, you may not enjoy this world well. You heard right. If you don't have wealth, you may not enjoy this world well. It is true. It's not the case that all those who have money are happy. That one is the case. But the joy of the Lord for a believer is already there. Now, poverty can never make you happy. No, poverty can never make you happy. No, it's not possible. Wealth can create some level of comfort for you. So if a believer is not going to understand and take his place, it's going to be a delusion, something that has or self sympathy, whereby you are just consoling yourself. It's okay, it's like this. If you get money, it brings problem, you go to hell. It's self-deception. Do you get it? Abraham, the father of faith, was not a broke guy, and the rest. Even Jesus, the Bible says, was poor, so that we through his poverty will become rich. So today I want to talk to you why some believers are broke. Why some are broke. But before we talk about it, I want you to know this thing, that you must know that God does not want you to be broke. And people are prosperity gospel preachers, grace preachers. Listen to me. What else is prosperity? Is sickness prosperity? No. Failure prosperity? Prosperity is not only about money. You see, Jesus gave life, and he said we must have life to the full. John chapter 10 verse 10. He said the devil came to steal, to destroy, to kill, but I have come to give you life that you may enjoy it to the full. That's what God has come to do through Jesus Christ. So if you are not enjoying life to the full, there's something wrong. It means that something is missing somewhere. So why are Christians broke, and how can you be rich? How can you make money? Now, when you say rich, I know it's relative. It depends on who is calling rich, because somebody can be the village and be the rich person, but not necessarily rich in the city. Are you getting the thing? But at that life where you're able to pay your bills, you are not under financial stress, debtors are not chasing you, you are not owing, you are not thinking of what to eat, you don't have dreams you want to achieve, and you don't have resources. Like, you have dreams to achieve, but you don't have the necessary resource to carry them out. There are those limitations that are put on you by not having. The main thing around why money is important is because when God created man, the first and primary job he gave man was to tend the garden, to take care of the garden, to dress it and keep it. Productivity was the fundamental assignment God gave man. Managing resources was the fundamental assignment God gave man in the garden. So if you are not going to learn and know, or you don't know how to manage resources and produce resources, forget, you're not going to enjoy the life that you need to enjoy to the way you want it. If you're okay in your poverty, no problem. Nobody's taking it from you. It's your life. Okay? If needs and lacks and wants, you're okay. That is fine. That one, nobody. But if you really want to enjoy life, I wonder how poverty is going to help. If you really want to even do the things of God and carry your visions and dreams, poverty cannot help. Now, when God created man to take charge of his creation. Remember that God created all things before creating man, so that man will not be in need, number one, so that man will do something. So if you are not doing something, and the principle is that be fruitful. That's number one. Productivity is the thing. What are you producing? What problem are you solving? He put man in charge to handle the affairs of the world, to manage and take care of God's creation. What are you taking care of? What problem are you solving? If you are not doing that, please, you can't get some. No, you can't. You can't get some result. See, you must begin by being responsible and taking the place that God has called you to be. Work. Yes, work. When I say work, doesn't mean that necessarily bending your muscles. Yes, thinking is also part of the work. There are people who work not necessarily by their muscle, they work with their brain. By brain, their hand do something, or they engage tools and machines to do the work for them. Yes, whichever way, you must work, produce result. If you are not going to cultivate the ground, if you are not going to be fruitful, be productive, forget about wealth. Resources are available for everybody if you only know how to. So I answered a young man. I said the only reason why Bill Gates made the money he makes is because he knew how to do something that somebody didn't know. Yeah, you want to quote other stories behind it. Yes, of course, I believe in spirituality, and I want to believe that you, a believer, already that one is sorted out because you believe in God. But when you believe in God, God has blessed you. He wants you to do it in the physical. The blessing must manifest, not those just the blessing in quote, then you cannot see it in the tangible world. Are you getting me? So your ignorance is the problem, and your lack of action is a problem. So if you are going to change and turn your financial situations around, you must become responsible. Take charge of your life. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming witches. Stop blaming wizards. They are not as powerful as you want them to be. They are not your enemies. Productivity. What can you do? What problem can you solve? Human society has so much problem, and as you begin to solve them, then you are being responsible. Then you are taking charge like God wants you to be, because God said, take charge of the world. Take charge. Be in charge of everything I have created. So if you are going to be in charge and be taking care of all that God has created, even fellow man, it means that you are being productive, fruitful, and you will see result. Wealth will come to you. Resources will abound unto you. So resource management is important. Some of you, the challenge is not about making money. You are making little. You are making something, but you don't know how to manage, or you don't know how to turn that thing to increase. See, after bearing fruit, the stages are you must replenish, you must multiply, you get a thing, subduing, then having dominion. So the multiplication, how to turn small things big. The same small chaos you've had for years is there. Somebody has started his own boom, 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 and then you say, you went to pass somewhere. There's something under it. Let me tell you, when you become born again, you have the grace for expansion already. God said that you are like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Psalm 1. He said, whatever you do shall prosper. That is it. So whatever he doeth, prospereth. So prosperity is already in your DNA. It is your own to prosper. God has made it that you can succeed. He said you will succeed in all you do. So you must learn. So one of the key things why many Christians are broke is because they are not responsible. They give excuses. They let go of responsibility. They are not effective. They are not producing fruit. You must be productive. They are very unproductive and unfruitful. Jesus said in the book of John 15 that I have called you, I have chosen you that you may bear fruit. He said, you didn't choose me, I chose you that you may bear fruit. So fruitfulness is part of you. It is designed by God for you to be fruitful. So if you will begin to be fruitful, you will see change. If the fruit that comes to your hand, you will not squander all, but learn to multiply. That is where the game begins to get bigger and bigger. So beloved, poverty is a choice. Yes, you heard right. You can choose to be poor. You can choose to take responsibility and become productive. and do the things that God wants you to do, or you can choose to just sleep and give excuses. Anything in your hand can multiply and become big. Any little thing God has given you can multiply and become big. Yes, anything. God just wants you to start something. The multiplication is there. He said, I am the one who gives you the power to make wealth. I will bless the works of your hands. I will bless your kneading trough. I will bless the flock of your pasture. You are doing nothing. How will God bless it? Stop being lazy and wishing for miracles. Miracles come to those who act. Yes, that's God's plan. You act on His word, you receive miracle. He told that man, go, thy son is healed. The man didn't argue. Bible says in that moment he believed what Jesus said and he went, and the son was healed. He received this miracle. So if you're not going to act on what God has said and you are going to be on your own, you'll be broke. Yeah. So we want to talk more on money matters in the next few weeks, because it is very crucial. People are burdened with money issues in church. It's simply because many have not learned to be productive. You must be productive and productively good. Remember that God is not withholding money from you. God doesn't need Lamborghini in heaven. God doesn't need a Rolls Royce in heaven. God doesn't need the millions of dollars and pounds and cedis and naira and the years. God doesn't need them in heaven. It is here we are going to enjoy them. God doesn't need marriage in heaven. We are not going to marry. Jesus said that about the parable of the woman who had 7 husbands. So we are not going to marry. There is the church and Jesus' marriage is different, but there's no marriage there. So if you are not going to enjoy all the things here on earth, then you're going to miss out a lot. See, God wanted to suffer for the gospel, not to suffer in life. They are two different things. You go all out, striving, tired, exhausted, being beaten, lied, and the rest. They lie upon you and the rest for the gospel. That's the suffering, the persecution you have to go through. But there's no way you're supposed to be broke, poor, sick, bedridden. That's not God's way. So productivity is the beginning. Be fruitful. And if you can be responsible and take responsibility of your life and stop blaming people, you will be productive. Remember, God doesn't need money in heaven. It is here with it. See you in the next lesson. If you have been blessed by this, remember to share and like. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let's blow it up. Stay blessed. Bye.